Hello children, we have already done explanation of verb in our last video. So today we are going to read the book exercise and we will go to do the book exercise. Okay. So we are going to do class 5, that is chapter 10, verb, transitive and intransitive. Let us read the chapter first. Students, you know that a verb is a doing word or an action word. It tells what a person or thing is, what a person or thing does, or what a person or thing has. So, a verb expresses being, doing, possessing. Children, a person or thing is. Suppose I am saying I am a girl. So I am telling about myself. You are a boy. You are a girl. Okay. So it is telling that what a person or thing is. In the same way, what a person or thing does. I teach in the school. The students study in the class. Okay. So it is telling what a thing or person does. Or what a person or thing has. Like I have a book, you have a book. Okay, it is telling the possession. So a verb expresses being, what you are doing, what are you doing, and possessing, what you have. So you are also familiar with subject and predicate. We have already discussed it. Subject means the doer, or you can say about whom you are talking. Okay, and predicate is the rest of the object, means what are you talking about, the subject. So these are the two parts of a sentence. Now we shall divide the sentence into three parts. First is subject, then verb and object. Read the following sentences. Rishi bought a book. Who bought a book? Rishi. So he is a doer. We are talking about Rishi. So he will be subject. And what did Rishi buy? A book. A book is a receiver. Okay, so it will be an object. So here Rishi is the subject, bought is verb, and a book is the object in this sentence. The person or thing which does something is known as the subject of the verb, or you can say doer. Subject is also called doer. So Rishi is the subject in this sentence. When the action of the subject of a verb affects some other person or thing, that person or thing is called the object of the verb, or you can say receiver. So a book is the object in this sentence. The object of a verb is the person or thing that receives the action done by the verb. It means that the action begins with the subject. Who is the subject means who is the doer, and passes over to the object. Let's see one example. Samrat recites a poem. Recites what? A poem. So Samrat is subject. We are talking about Samrat. So it is subject or doer. Recites is verb, and a poem, it is receiver, or it is the object, you can say. Now let's see what is the tip of the day. To find the subject of a verb, we ask question who or what, then verb and then predicate. Like Samrat plucked flowers. Whom we are talking about? Samrat. Okay, so it is subject. Who plucks flowers? Samrat. Plucks is again verb and flower is the receiver. Okay, so it is the object. To find the object of a verb, we ask the question what or whom after the verb, not how. Samrat plucks flowers. So what? Flowers is the object. Read some more examples. I help them. Who helps them? I. So it is the doer. So it is the subject, and I help whom? Them. It is object. It is the receiver. He felt a severe pain. So who felt severe pain? He. So it will become subject, and he felt what? A severe pain. So it will become object. So children, what you have to do here? Circle the subject and underline the object in these sentences. So let's do. Question number 1. I found a watch. So whom we are talking about here? I. So I is the subject. So circle it. And who is the receiver? A watch. So it is object. Children sing songs. Who is singing? Children. So it is subject. And what? Then songs. It will become object. They disturbed her. Who is disturbing? They. So it is subject. And who is the receiver? Her. So it is object. She saw a huge spider. Children, one thing I want to tell you in first, second and third sentences, found, sing and disturb, they are verb. But in the question it is not said anything, so we are not discussing about verb, but please keep in mind. Question 4. She, we are talking about she, so it is subject. Saw is again verb, and who is the receiver? A huge spider. So please underline it. We play tennis. Again, we are talking about we is doer, so it is subject. Played is verb, and who is receiving? Who is the receiver? Tennis, so it will be object. He will stop the latecomers. Again, he will be subject. Will stop will be verb. Will is helping verb here, children, and stop is verb. And who is the receiver? The latecomers. So it is object. The teacher is explaining this chapter. Again, the teacher, we are talking about the teacher. The teacher is doer, so please circle it. Is explaining. Is helping verb and explaining is verb. This chapter will be object. Rinky and Pinky served food. Whom we are talking about here? Rinky and Pinky. Served is again verb and food will be object. Birds build nest. Birds subject. Build is verb and nest is object. You have taken my pen. You is subject. Have taken. Have is helping verb and taken is verb. And who is the receiver? My pen. So it is object. Hers switched on the geyser. So hers is subject. Switched is verb. And on is preposition here, children. So just leave it. And the geyser will be object. Maid was scrubbing the utensils. So maid is subject. Was is scrubbing. Was is helping verb. And scrubbing is verb. The utensils is object. So move on. Verbs that have an object are called transitive verbs. When a verb requires an object to complete its meaning as sentence, it is called a transitive verb. Okay, we have discussed about it, that when we need an object to make a complete sentence, it is called transitive verb. For example, he takes what? What does he take? He takes an ice cream, he takes a pen, he takes a pencil. So whenever we require an object, it is transitive verb. So children, here the first sentence is incomplete. So in the second sentence, it is clear that he takes an ice cream. So the verb takes is intransitive. A verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning is called an intransitive verb. Why? Because it makes complete sense by itself only. It doesn't require an object. Okay. Like example, Paris slept soundly. Children, I can also write Paris slept. No need of writing soundly. So it will be complete. Paris slept. Second, the men walked briskly. So you can also write the men walked. The jug fell instead of down. Okay. The flowers blew. She laughed. So in these sentences, the verbs don't need an object to complete their meaning. So they are called intransitive verb. Some verbs can be used as transitive or intransitive verbs. For example, let us see, children. There are many verbs. Okay, we can use them as transitive or intransitive verb in a sentence. Like how? He grew. When I am saying he grew, remove apples now. Okay, he grew. So what did he grow? What did he grow? So apples. So it needs an object to give it a complete sense. So it is transitive. Apples grew. It does not require anything. No object is required. So it is intransitive. They fly. What? Kites. It needs an object. So it is transitive. Birds fly in the sky. I can also write birds fly. Children, it does not give the answer of where or how. Okay. So it can be birds fly also. So it is intransitive. Boys play. What? Chess. It needs an object. So it is transitive. Boys play in the park. Like children, in the fourth sentence, in the sky. In the sixth sentence, in the park. They are giving the answer of where. So we don't require, transitive verb does not require the answer of where or how. So again it is intransitive. Now underline the verbs and write whether they are transitive or intransitive. He drank what? The whole milk. So it is transitive. She is buying fruits. So please, what is verb here? Is buying. Is helping verb and buying is verb. And what is she buying? Fruits. It is, we need an answer. We need an object. So again, it is transitive. Cat's mew. So cat is subject and mew is verb. It does not need anything to give it a complete sense. So it is intransitive. The thief ran away. Children, see here, the thief, I can also write the thief ran. Okay, away, it is giving answer of where. But we don't need an answer where. Okay, we don't need an answer of where. So again, it is intransitive. The police caught the thief. Whom did the police caught? The thief. We need an answer. So it is transitive. They waste money. Again, they waste what? Money. So it is transitive. The baby is crying loudly. Underline is crying. If we will not write loudly, then also it is complete. So it is intransitive. Suniti Chauhan sings nice songs. Suniti Chauhan sings what? So underline sings and it is transitive. Suniti sings nicely. So we can also write Suniti sings. No need of answering of how. Okay, so underline sings and write intransitive. We grew vegetables. We can also write, children, see here. We grew what? Vegetables. It is complete. Okay, if we are not writing inner bracket, that is also correct, but more information we can write. Okay, so please underline grew. And it is transitive because we need an object here. Tomatoes grow in my backyard. Children, see, we can also write tomatoes grow. We don't need to answer where. So it is intransitive. They ordered what? Chinese food. So it is transitive. Now read the sentences and put the words in right columns. Children, first let us read tip of the day. Remember, to find the object of a verb, we ask the question what or whom after the verb and not where or how. Like where, in the sky, in the backyard, okay, upstairs, downstairs. We are not writing those things. We don't need an object of like where and how. So we have an box here where you have to fill the right words. She writes neatly. Children, see here, you have to fill object. You have to write whether it is transitive or intransitive verb and then object. So she will be subject, writes. She writes. So it is intransitive verb. So only you have to write writes. The dry leaves crackled. Again, it is intransitive because we don't need an object. So the dry leaves, we are talking about the dry leaves. So it will be subject. And crackled will be intransitive. He buys vegetables. He buys what? Vegetables. So again, it is transitive. So we are talking about he. So it will be subject. Buys will be transitive verb and vegetables will be object. I hid my toys. I hid what? My toys. So I will be subject. Hid will be transitive verb and my toys will be object. He went away. We don't need away because we are not giving answer of where. Okay, so he went. He will be a subject and went will be intransitive. Uncle Podger hammered the nail into the wall. So Uncle Podger will be subject. Hammered will be transitive verb and the nail will be object. You know that verbs and helping verbs help us to know the time of an action. Yes, children. You also know that there are three tenses. Which are the three tenses? Past tense, present tense and future tense. So children, in the picture we can see that in the past tense only the seed was sowed in the soil. And in present today what happened? The leaves have come out. Tiny stem has come out. Okay, and in future what will happen? It will become a big tree. In the same way, in the past tense you were a baby and now you are a boy, and after few years what will happen? You will become a man. Verb has three forms. The present form, present tense, it is also known as first form or root form. The past tense is the second form and the past participle is the third form. Example, eat, ate, eaten. sleep, slept, slept. Do, did, and done. Let us do, children. Read this table of forms of verbs carefully. Children, try to learn it also. Awake, awoke, awoken. Arrive, arrived, arrived. Advise, advised, advised. Become, became, become. Bend, bent, bent. Bite, bit, bitten. Break, broke, broken. Build, built, built. Buy, bought, bought. Bring, brought, brought. Choose, chose, chosen. Catch, caught, caught. Come, came, come. Do, did, done. Draw, drew, drawn. Drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Die, died, died. Eat, ate, eaten. Earn, earned, earned. Fall, fell, fallen. Feed, fed, fed. Fight, fought, fought. Find, found, found. Fly, flew, flown. Flow, flowed, flowed. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Grow, grew, grown. Have, had, had. Hear, heard, heard. Hide, hid, hidden. Keep, kept, kept. Know, knew, known. Learn, learned or learned. Both are correct, children. Learnt and learned. Leave, left, left. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Pay, paid, paid. Quarrel, quarreled, quarrelled. Ring, rang, rung. Run, ran, run. Say, said, said. See, saw, seen. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Sing, sang, sung. Sit, sat, sat. Speak, spoke, spoken. Stand, stood, stood. Swim, swam, swum. Sleep, slept, slept. Take, took, taken. Throw, threw, thrown. Tell, told, told. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Understand, understood, understood. Wear, wore, worn. Win, won, won. Weep, wept, wept. Work, worked, worked. Write, wrote, written. Weave, wove, woven. So children, you have to learn all the three forms of verb. Children, let's see here. Some verbs don't change forms. Let's see how. Cut, cut, cut. Bet, bet, bet. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Hit, hit, hit. Read, read, read. Shut, shut, shut. Put, put, put. And set, set, set. Now you have to fill in the blanks here, children. Complete the table of forms of verbs. So let's do. Break, broke, broken. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Do, did, done. Die, died, died. Feed, fed, fed. Fight, fought, fought. Keep, kept, kept. Learn, learnt, learnt. Children, you can also write here learned. Run, ran, run. Speak, spoke, spoken. Sleep, slept, slept. Take, took, taken. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Read, read, read. Okay, I hope children you have understood the chapter. Book exercise you can easily do now. Thank you, children.